Anytime. It's good to be here again.
Nice to have you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. We just finished game week 2 last weekend,
Yes.
and today is going to be the final day. So a lot has happened over the course of game week 2 in Premier League and across other leagues in Europe,
Yeah.
and across other sports also. So, but as we started last week, we're going to start with Premier League once more.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what do you think of Chelsea last week?
Oh well. Okay, for me, I feel that let me start with the coach. I feel that the coach needs more time. You know, he has a lot of young players with him, and he needs to know how to deploy the guys and then to pass out his style of play to the team. So I feel that he needs more time. However, it's Chelsea. I don't think you get as much time as he needs. You understand? So he needs to hit the ground running, and nobody expected Chelsea to lose against West Ham.
Of course.
You understand? So with the money that the club owner has spent, they expect result, and they want it now. Chelsea fans want it now. So I don't think he would get much time that he needs. So he needs to do something fast.
But as we saw, it was same Chelsea, different players.
Yeah.
Like when they sold Mason Mount, they sold Kai Havertz, they sold a lot of players. They offloaded
Exactly, like Hakim Ziyech and
I mean, people started that were in the team last year. I can't think of one. So they changed almost the entire team lineup, and then they still had that result against West Ham. So that means that the players are probably not the problem.
Well, I can't say what the problem is. The coach knows better. He's in a better position to say what the problem is. But I really don't know what to say with Chelsea. But I just like that. I like the fact that they lost that game yesterday because they were all over also. Social media on Saturday after Man U lost 2-0, and they were everywhere. They said a whole lot of things. They never knew what was coming. They didn't see it coming like Ashake's song. They never saw it coming.
Caicedo, as you know, was unavailable.
No, for Caicedo, it's just unfortunate that he caused the penalty that led to the third goal. But then it's just his first game. You understand? It's just his first game for the club. I think they will need to be patient with him. Yeah. They need to be patient with him. Yeah, they just need to be patient.
It's a debut.
He's a wonderful player. You understand? So they just need to be patient.
He is. Moving on to Newcastle versus City. So last season Newcastle played remarkable football. They were able to get into the Champions League after they got the Saudi investment. So thinking that it's time for them to actually now start to challenge with the big boys. Since last season's goal was getting Champions League, this season's goal was competing for the title. But it's looking like City still have their number. They still have a lot of things to improve. It was just one goal, yes, it was a one goal defeat, but City could still hold the game against Newcastle, against a title challenger. So that means that Newcastle are still not on City's level. Is that not what you think? What do you think?
I'd like to say that I think it's too early to say that Newcastle are title challengers. I think it's just too early to say that they are title challengers. You understand? But then they have what it takes to to push for the title, and it's still early. It's just 2 games in the league. You understand? It's just 2 games, still early. And however, I feel that Newcastle have what it takes. They have the squad depth. But then they would have too much on their plates. You understand? They have the Premier League, they have the Champions League. You understand? So, but for me, it's too early, and you can tell from the goal margin. You understand? City were unable to to score more as expected. So you see that they are a tough team to beat. Last season, I think it was the first game last season between Newcastle. I think it ended 3-3. You understand? Nobody expected Newcastle to play that way. They pushed City all the way in that game. So
a 1-0 defeat is not so bad.
Yeah, it's not so bad for them. It's not so bad.
Okay, now so you're skeptical about judging these people because the season is just starting. But now let's move on to Manchester United. Manchester United also a club that signing some new players. The Rashford experiment in centre forward doesn't seem to be working. Garnacho starting, Mount starting, Onana's what should we call Onana's role now? Onana's deep lying midfielder, like some people are saying, but Onana's ball playing goalkeeper doesn't seem to be clicking yet. But for parts of the game there were some moments of dominance. Obviously, United is still United, but then when it broke down entirely. They could not seem to get back again. So what do you think of United? Do they still have work to do to get back to that level of English dominance?
Well, it will take them a while to get back to that level of dominance, like we have seen in the Fergie era. You understand? Because we now have teams like Newcastle. We now have teams like Manchester City pumping money into the squad. You understand? And they have big players. They mean business. So it's not like business like as usual. You understand? For Manchester United, and you know, Manchester United have gone through managerial changes. You understand? Like I think they've had Mourinho, they've had Louis van Gaal. You understand? David Moyes, and so they will need time. However, you need to like scrutinize some players. You understand? The performance against Tottenham was not as bad as it was against Wolves, but then you look at players like Anthony, and you question, like, because there's a big question mark on his head because of the transfer. You understand? And some decisions that he makes, you just can't help but question the decisions that he makes. He was unlucky with the attempts that hit the bar, but then you just have to question, like, why? What are you doing? You know, make quick decisions, passes, and then the runs. You understand? And then someone like Garnacho, I think it's too early to criticize him. But then, I don't think it should be starting yet. It's too early for him to be starting yet. It's not bad, really. It can be a starter, but I think for now, you know, based on the...
Like, he's not taking those shots yet.
Yes.
It's easy to catch his balls. He's on the long ball from
Onana. Yes, I was going to talk about that. Yes, he would have, because Rashford was a bit free. The Tottenham defenders were not all, you know, at the post, at the 18-yard box already. So they could have just like made do with the attempt, but then with the opportunity, but then they did not. And
so Tottenham beat them 2-0. So speaking of Tottenham, like post Hurricane, do you think that they are moving on well from losing their captain and their record goal scorer?
Well, I think it's still too early to say. They'll definitely miss Harry Kane. You understand? They don't have a replacement for him yet. There are rumors that Tottenham are thinking of signing particular Nigerian striker, Gift Orban. You understand? But Harry Kane has left a big shoe. You understand? And it's too. I don't think there's anybody that can fill yet. But they have done so well, especially in the game against Manchester United. They did so well without him. Okay,
now checking the lower half of the table.
Okay.
Everton is one of the 6 clubs that have never been relegated in the EPL. That's including Arsenal, Manchester United, and I think Chelsea. They're one of the 6 clubs that have not been relegated from the Premier League before. That's Everton, which is a surprise to many. And the last 2 seasons, they've been embroiled in relegation battles. And now this season again, they lost to, they also lost this weekend to Aston Villa.
Yeah.
And I think they lost to Fulham in the first game.
Yes.
Yeah. So they've lost their opening 2 games now. So do you think that this season again, will they also be fighting for survival once more?
So the first game against Fulham was, they were unlucky. They had a series of chances.
Yes.
But they were just unlucky, unfortunate to miss the chances. They couldn't convert any of their chances. But then you look at this game against Aston Villa, and you wonder, look at the goal margin. And you just ask questions like...
Aston Villa that Newcastle beat, I think, 5-1.
Yeah, so you just ask questions like, what's going on? What will Sean Dyche do to remedy this situation? It's too early, really, to determine which club will be in the relegation battle. But then, if you start early, it's better for you. It's better for you. And they have injury problems now.
Yeah, now Alex Iwobi is injured.
He's out injured.
He's going to have a scan today, and then we'll know
exactly.
We'll know how long that's going to be.
Exactly, and Dominic Calvert-Lewin.
Yeah, Calvert-Lewin is also.
But I heard for Calvert-Lewin, it's just like a knock, and he might be available for their next
but Iwobi's loss is going to be very, very impactful for Everton because he has one of their best players for the past 2 seasons.
Yes.
Yeah. So if we move out of the Premier League now, or even before we leave the Premier League, Awoni in the Premier League, what do you think of Awoni's first 2 games now?
Amazing guy.
Amazing guy.
And he's repping the green and white.
Honestly, he just can't stop scoring.
He can't stop scoring. I hope he doesn't stop scoring.
And if you see his goals, it's almost instinctive. Like We talk about someone like Harry Kane, someone like Alan that they moved and they're there and they not take the shots. Awoni's own is like he gets there, the ball comes and he's just in the net. Once like before you can even think, you know that Awoni has touched the ball and the ball is in the back of the net. His movement is so on point. I don't think anybody's moving as he is right now among the Nigerian forwards or Nigerian players in the Premier League.
Yeah. So the thing about Awoni that surprises me is that sometimes it looks like he's not fast. But then he's fast.
Yeah, exactly.
If you recall the goal against Arsenal,
yeah.
When what's his name now? Anthony Elanga made the run. You understand, when he made that run, you were wondering, because there were defenders up front, and he knew what he was going to do. He knew where he wanted the ball.
Exactly.
He knew what he was going to do. He knew where he wanted the ball, and he got it at the right time, and he did what he was going to do. You understand? He converted the goal. So he's a very intelligent player. He's fast and he's strong. So what else do you want from him than to just keep scoring the goals?
Honestly, and that's what he's doing now. We hope he continues doing that. He has now scored in 6 consecutive games in the Premier League, which is the first Nigerian to do that. And the last record was Odemingbe Osaze. Oh, yes. Osaze had scored in 5 consecutive games. Now Awoni has scored in 6 consecutive games, and he's the first Nigerian to do that. He's now behind. Manchester United should be where he's facing Manchester United on Saturday. Now he's now behind. In Africa, he's only behind, I think, Mahrez and Salah. I don't know if it's Salah. I know Salah is there. I don't know the second player, but he's behind Salah. Salah and one other person are the joint top with 7. So if he can score against the Devils on Saturday, it will be tied with Salah, and one more game will get him the record in Africa. So
I think
we are behind him. I think he can do it too. Yeah. So let's see. Yeah. I'm a Man U fan, but I hope we win. I hope we win 2-1. So when he gets that goal. Okay. So moving outside the Premier League. Bellingham has been more than what his transfer fee. He has scored 3 goals in 2 games and 1 assist. What do you think about that?
I disagree with what you just said now. more than the transfer fee.
Okay,
you understand? He's only had to play the preseason and then 2 games. Yes, kudos to him. He has scored 3 goals in 2 matches.
Yeah.
Yes. So Bellingham is an amazing player.
Yeah.
He is a perfect baller. He knows the task at hand, and he knows what to do, and he just does it. You understand? So I'll give it to him. He's a wonderful player. I wish he had switched to Manchester United.
Well, we could not
afford But then he still has a long way to go. You look at players like Ronaldo, for example. For the record fee that he was signed for, and then week in, week out, he kept on pumping in goals and the trophies. So Jude Bellingham needs to
still get to that level to what his fee.
Yes,
but
good signs.
The beginning signs are quite good for Bellingham, of course.
Absolutely. And I hope he's injury free too.
How many midfielders have been signed for record fees? Declan Rice, Bellingham this season, Caicedo, and which other midfielder? I think Enzo Fernandez was January, wasn't that transfer, but still, like, Bellingham is the one that has had this fast start.
When you talk about the big money,
big money buys,
you have to mention it.
You have to mention Enzo Fernandez. Yeah, and Enzo Fernandez has also been playing very well. It's just maybe just an unlucky spell for Chelsea. Yeah. So Harry Kane's debut, 1 goal, 1 assist. So he's right off the bat for him, and he's already popping in Bundesliga. So people call Bundesliga Farmers League, so people are expecting him to break some records.
Well, I thought it was the French League One that they called the Farmers League.
Yeah, speaking of the French League One, Mbappe was put back in the team after all the tussle between E and PSG. He was put back in the team, and they still drew against Toulouse. A team that has Toulouse, but PSG found it hard to beat them. So they played 1-1. Mbappe scored a penalty on his return, and you could see the emotion with the way he celebrated that goal.
Well, there are a lot of question marks
around Mbappe or PSG.
Because there were rumors that Mbappe wanted Neymar out of the team. Now that Neymar is out of the team, the question now is, will Mbappe sign a new contract with PSG or leave? However, I'm sure they were happy to have him back.
Yeah, to have him back.
And it's even good that he even came back and scored the goal. Yeah. In the game, and he ended 1-1. So I'm sure moving forward, he's still going to, because you can't have a team like that and leave Mbappe on the bench. You understand? So over time, I'm sure he's going to, for this season, but we don't know what the future holds for him. Because of the transfer, saga. So we don't know. We really don't know. And Real Madrid will be one place.
Yes, Madrid are always going to be scouting on Mbappe.
Yeah, hoping that he doesn't sign a new contract. Yes.
So funny thing about Mbappe is that, like, as a Madrid and Man U fan, as most of us are,
Exactly.
If with Mbappe chooses to sign a new contract, Mbappe chooses to sign a new contract, we are going to hope that they get Osimhen instead. Osimhen scored a brace on Serie A opening weekend as Napoli began their title defense. Napoli won that game 3-0 against I can't remember the team. It starts with F. Frosinone, yeah. Napoli won the game 3-1 and 3-0. Osimhen scored a brace. So it was removed and he expressed some anger at being removed and not being allowed to score his hat-trick. But Rudy Garcia explained that he's worried about Osimhen's injury. Yeah, so he's trying to keep him fit for the rest of the season.
Speaking of Osimhen, that's the kind of player that you want in a team like Manchester United. I think it's Sheikh Jassim, one of the person interested in buying the club. And he made a tweet and said, give us the keys and I promise you Victor Osimhen. You understand? He's the kind of player that you want in Manchester United. You understand? I was saying this jokingly when the Glazers were still on the side. They still remain on the side as it stands. But I was saying, I was making a joke with my friends and I said, if I were the Saudi guys, and I eventually have ownership of Manchester United, I'm going to buy Victor Osimhen. I'm going to buy Harry Kane. I don't care what it takes.
How will you buy the two of them?
I'm going to buy, and I was just saying jokingly, understand, just to show, you know,
a striker like that, that's what we need.
That's the striker, the kind of striker that Manchester United needs. You understand? So allowing Osimhen to join clubs like Real Madrid, it would be just so bad for a club that is in dire need of a striker. Yeah. And you know, I was reminded, I think it was yesterday on Twitter, I was reminded that Osimhen on his first game for Lille, he scored a brace.
Yes.
And he doesn't score tap-ins. He scores
wonderful power shots.
Screamers.
Yeah. You see his first goal in the last game last weekend, the first goal he scored.
It was
center of the net, but boom. Straight to the top of the net, and the keeper could not stop it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so moving on to the man that has completed football, Lionel Messi. Last weekend he added one more trophy to his should we call it closet, to his cabinet.
Yeah,
now he's now the most decorated footballer, outright most decorated. He has now gone one over Dani Alves. Yeah. So Messi now has 44 trophies. He joined MLS club Inter Miami a month ago, and he has already scored 10 goals and won a trophy. He scored 10 goals in the cup, and he was a tournament top scorer, tournament best player, of course. And they won the cup with Messi's influence. This was the club that was tagged one of the worst clubs in the league, and since Messi got in, they've been one of the best, beating everybody along the way. So it's just that what can you say about the influence that Messi has had in that team, and the mindset that he and Ronaldo still has, because Ronaldo also just won his first trophy with Al Nassr. At this age that they are now, Ronaldo is now 38, Messi is 36. So at this age that they are now, and they are both still playing at that top stage and still winning trophies, still being the best players in those teams, even though they are one of the oldest players in those teams. Like, what does that say about their longevity and their in the GOAT debate?
It's expected that both of them are arguably like the greatest players of all time. You understand? When it comes to football, I'm a Ronaldo fan. I've been a Ronaldo fan. I'll always be a Ronaldo fan. And you know, when debate starts, when you start debating and say who is the better player of the two of them, I will never agree that Messi is the better player.
Oh, I've accepted.
However,
I've accepted.
However, Messi is just so phenomenal. The things that I do, it comes with ease. You understand?
Yes.
And you know, I like some things that he does off the pitch too. You know, I think it was during the trophy lift.
Yes.
He had to call Yedlin, who was the former captain. You understand? And he asked him to come and lift the trophy, and they ended up lifting it together. And that's just amazing from a player like Lionel Messi. And he's the kind of character that you want in a dressing room. He has won
his ego does not try to cover everybody else. He brings everybody in.
He's an amazing player. I give it to him. He's an amazing player. And you know, I think we should just expect more records.
Yeah, from
until they retire.
Yeah, because
they'll keep pushing each other.
Yeah, because Messi I think is already the third joint top scorer in MLS, and he just got there. So it will soon break that record.
And the funny thing is, you know, when there's this saying that out of sight is not out of mind. You know, when they were still in the La Liga, they were pushing each other. Now that they are worlds miles apart, it's still
they are still pushing each
there's
other
still
because
a
like
bit
they
of
both
that
like they
rivalry,
both
you
just won
understand?
their first trophy. So that zeal will still be there. That desire will still be in them.
Yeah, amazing players.
Yeah. So we should not forget to talk about Djokovic. Djokovic was able to finally get one over Carlos Alcaraz. No, actually, it's not even finally because he has been getting one over him.
Yeah.
The Alcaraz won the Wimbledon, and now Djokovic has won the Western and Southern Open in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
So it just shows Djokovic is also one of those people in that good debate that has that longevity. Djokovic is also in his late 30s,
Yeah.
and his Alcaraz is in his early 20s, and Djokovic was still able
And
to
he's
get
world
one over
number
him. Yes, world number one. So Djokovic had to survive a grueling battle in that match and to win that trophy. So Djokovic also was one of the impressive players of this weekend. So
Has to be.
yeah.
Has to be.
No,
That
now
guy
we
is
are
just
going.
amazing. I never used to be a Djokovic fan. Anyways, I'm a Nadal fan.
Are you serious?
Nadal
I thought we
fan.
were
Never
Ronaldo
used to be-
fans. We were Djokovic fans because of the.
No, I don't know about you. I never used to be, but he won his way into my heart, and I respect him for that.
Yes,
He's an amazing player,
Yes.
and he's like 20. I think he's like 20 points behind Alcaraz
Yes.
on the ATP standings.
So it's
Amazing
it's
guy.
just so amazing. Like what he's doing at that stage.
Yeah.
So we are going to move into the previews now for today. This is the final Premier League match of game week 2.
Yeah.
It's a match to watch. Crystal Palace versus Arsenal at Selhurst Park. Crystal Palace won their first game of the game week. Arsenal also won their first game.
Yeah.
We all remember that Saka. That
The one that go from
the one
Saka.
that goal from Saka, the call out, just similar to his goal against Man United last season.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
That's true.
And so we also saw Eze. Eze is also a Nigerian-born player. He's playing for England. Yeah, playing for the England youth team. So we also saw that that play from Eze.
I think he already made.
Yeah, he has made his debut. That's true. He has made his
Yeah.
debut now. So he's an England international. So we saw Eze's performance. I don't think he was coming to Nigeria anyway.
No, he's the
but
kind of player I wanted in Nigeria anyway.
these are the kind of players we want.
Since the
Eze, Olise.
since what's his name now, John Obi Mikel retired.
Mhm.
We've not had a player who can really command the Super Eagles midfield as expected. You know, since we lost JJ,
Yeah.
we had Obi Mikel. So we still need
we
somebody
have a gap there.
Yeah,
Well, Nazi
exactly.
tried for I think if 1 year or 2 years after Obi left. I think they left at the same time, but Nazi was still there for 1 more year.
Yeah.
At the 2018 World Cup, it was there. So, but ever since those people have left, we've not had. So Ndidi was the one, but then based on this recent form,
Well,
he has,
yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
yeah.
And then there was Sunday Mbao who had a brief,
Mhm.
but then still life. I hope we get somebody
Yeah.
soon.
Yeah. So for the preview today, we are going to be Arsenal fans will be open on Saka. Crystal Palace fans will be open on the entire team, but they'll be looking to Eberechi, Eze, Michael Olise to help them because it's a home game for Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park. So they should be able to get a result. They will be up for the result. It's in their home. But Arsenal, based off what they did last season and based off what they are doing this season, it is likely that they will overpower the Eagles. What do you think of the Gunners against the Eagles?
Well, so I think they will have much on their plates. You know,
Arsenal?
Yeah, no. I
Oh,
mean,
Palace, yeah.
Yes, because they don't have. They don't have to worry about Saka alone now.
Yeah.
If it was just Saka alone, they feel like, oh, let them worry about Saka. But they need to be worried about Gabriel Martinelli and Eddie Nketiah. Those guys are just too
And
fast
Martinelli.
and they are quick thinking players. You understand? If you see the assists in the last game, there's still a debate whether that assist was a fluke,
it was a fluke,
whether it was intentional or it was a fluke.
Their
And the
teamwork.
chemistry,
Their
yes,
te-
the chemistry.
their chemistry,
It's just
their
amazing.
teamwork,
I mean,
yeah.
Declan Rice in that team,
I feel like
Arsenal will give Man City a run for their money this season.
yes, they will.
So,
they will.
But then, Crystal Palace can still pull this surprise.
Honestly, they can because Crystal Palace have one of the best teamwork. Have one of the best teamwork in the league. If you look at the game when they won 5-1 last season, where Olise got 3 assists. So Crystal Palace, Man City, and Arsenal, those teams that work with teamwork, they are going to be very, interesting to see what they're going to do.
Yes, and it was amazing. I think I need to give kudos to to the management at Crystal Palace. They almost lost Olise to Manchester City.
Yeah.
To Chelsea rather.
Yeah,
they almost lost him. I think Manchester City had interest in him. They wanted to to replace him with to use him to replace Riyad Mahrez.
Yeah.
You understand? So I think it's nice anyways.
Yeah. So
they still have that guy in their team.
honestly, it is.
Yeah.
So we'll be looking forward to the game tonight. I think at 8 p.m. Yeah, 8 p.m. tonight. So we'll see what they're going to be able to do. So finally, we're going to see how the Punchers are doing in the Fantasy Premier League. It's crazy how I'm going through a lot this after game week 2, because I was in the top 5 or top 6 after game week 1. Now I'm in number 10 out of 5, and it's not far from me. And it's not far from me. And it's at number 9. And it's at number 9. So
Alan owes me.
Alan owes me too.
I made him my captain. So last week I didn't make him my captain because I didn't set my captain. So this week I made So I had an auto captain last week. This week for this game week I made him my captain, and
he failed you.
Not just me. So he owes me
failed
points.
Me too, yeah.
If you can hear me, he owes me points.
I should have captained Estupinian on my own end. Estupinian gave me 10 points and he was not captained. Rashford also failed me.
He gave me 11. I think he gave me about 11 points.
Oh yeah, with the bonus points. Yeah, Rashford also failed me. So I think I'm considering selling Rashford now for Saka. So I'm thinking of that. So leading in in our league of punchers now is number 1, Segun Odunayo Damsey. With Damsey FC, total point now 122.
Yeah. If
he has Arsenal players in his team, he can still give us gap. Number 2 is Providence FC, Adekunle Abdulrasak with 109 points. Then Melanie Ishola with the Z Brothers. This is Melanie's first time playing FPL, and she's third with 100 points in total.
I think she moved up, yeah?
Yeah, she moved up with 100 points in total. She has wow. So Ayomide Oluwatui got 50 points this season, and he still insists. So he got 91 points in total now, meaning that the points he got this game week was more than the points he got last game week. So number 4 is Sharon Osaji. Abiodun Adewale, who was your host last week, is number 5 with 94 points. Ebenezer Bajala, 7th with 90 points. Makwa Ebube is 8th with 86 points. Then Eniton is also joint with 86 points. Coming up next is Wonder with 85. But I have some Arsenal players. I will make it, don't worry. Then 11th is Olani Akwankwa, Needles FC, 84 points. And last, I think he didn't have any team in the first game week, is Gani Oshinubi. He has gotten 16 points this game week. Wow. And he currently has 16 points in total. So if Gani can enter the top half, it means that he's really onto something that we don't know. So yeah, so just going to wait and see how the season will turn out. So yeah. Thanks for having us. Yeah, it's been a blast. It's been nice. So see you next week after the next game week. So it's been Peter, Akimbo Wonder, and here is Eniton.
Yes, thank you for having me here.
Thank you very much for being on the show. It's a pleasure. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.